Okay, so the second race for Formula E around Jakarta, and well, these were really two very different races. The person who was the most consistent across both of them, Jake Dennis, second place in both, got the fastest lap in this second one. But yeah, Max Gunther ended up picking up the win, and I mean he got the podium, but outside of that, you have Mitch Evans, who of course had the contact with Sam Bird towards the end of the first race. Fourth and fifth for Nissan, really good with Finestraz leading Nato. Then Wehrlein down in sixth. Da Costa, Montara making a double point score for Maserati. Then Van Dorn, and then Buemi, who of course was running way down at the back for most of the first ePrix. So it's been a really enjoyable watch, and there was drama up and down the order. Of course, the biggest thing that came from the ePrix was probably the people who didn't start early on. I mean, Bird and Camera both pushed away from the grid, meaning we only had 20 cars actually starting it, and then retirements for Beckman and Hughes. Nick Cassidy was way down the order. Can't remember, did he have an issue early on that but he qualified in 10th? And then yeah, some really nice driving, not necessarily the kind of questionable defending that we saw in the first one. I know Jake Dennis was really upset with Wehrlein's defending in that one, but overall, yeah, it was a good watch. I think the only thing that I have in terms of criticism for Jakarta is the same thing that I had last season, though it has actually softened a little bit. Now, what it means for the standings is that, of course, Wehrlein is still on top by 1 point over Jake Dennis. But Cassidy, despite a non-score, oh no, Wehrlein has just taken the top, hasn't he, of course, from Cassidy. And then Dennis is 1 point behind, and yeah, Cassidy's only 6 points off the lead, despite what's been quite a torrid weekend for him. And, I mean, Mitch Evans is still only a race, no, he's just over a race win now behind. Which is very kind of Formula E to have these teams so close together after round, 11 of, is it 16 this season? Yeah. In the teams, it's also quite varied, and it's still those teams that are up at the top. Porsche, Envision, Jaguar, and Andretti. Though Andretti have struggled a bit more, and the gap between the top two is not 1 point, it's 22. But yeah, the main issue with Jakarta... Sorry, I'm jumping around a bit because there's all kinds of other things going on. That I had last season was about the design of the track, where it felt like they just built a purpose-built track in the middle of an area, and it didn't feel like a street track, which is what I feel Formula E should be. And this year it felt more like it because they built up more things around that area. But for me, it doesn't kind of shake the lack of original character for the first round. It's nice that there's more there, though, because it makes it feel a lot more natural, a lot more what I consider Formula E. Those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.